So we look at three drivers of change in the world: the demographic shifts, the reshaped global power structure, and then disruptive innovation. And when we see this, we got things going on that go to all three of these. Emerging markets increasing their global power, clean tech becoming a competitive advantage, global banking is trying to transform itself, governments trying to tie themselves tighter to private sector, technology innovation creates a smarter, more mobile world. Demographic shifts transform the world global workforce. So these three drivers of change, let's take a deeper dive into disruptive innovation. And the first thing is disruptors literally uproot and change how we think, how we behave, how do we do business, how do we learn, how do we go about our day-to-day lives. A disruption displaces an existing market, industry, technology, process, and it produces something new, more efficient, more value added. It's at the same time very destructive and very creative. If we look at the smartphone, and Amazon are some of the best examples. You can click through the PowerPoint notes to see the top 50 disruptors. So we have things going on in technology, global transportation, changing use of energy. But I want to take and walk you through two things. One is in Finance 315, each of the students work together in a team with someone else to share what's going on in the world based on Wall Street Journal articles. How do we tie in this innovation? And Dan Borg and Jake Puccio did something called 5G. So to start out, what is 5G? Fifth generation 5G facts. It's 1,000 times more capacity than 4G, 100 times faster than 4G. By 2021, infrastructure will be in place to reach about 100 million Americans out of 300. At the same time, the Chinese will have the entire country covered by that point. There's almost 58,000 patents filed in 2018 around 5G. So what we can see here is it has a lot of different things that go into it. Some of it will affect broadband, our mobility. It's high data rate, high capacity, reliability, security, low latency, long battery life, massive number of devices. So with this 5G, it's not as much what it's going to do for our cell phone, because 1G it's not so much what's going to hit our smartphones. Take a look for factories. The response time for more efficient work on the latency. Combination of wireless charging and connectivity will allow mobile robots to remain on the job at all times. It'll increase the output of factories while lowering variable costs. Increase productivity. For doctors in medicine, it connects patients at home with doctors to streamline service, improve care for patients that are hard to move, allow doctors to perform surgery from around the world on patients using surgery machines. So a surgeon in Rochester could operate in someone in South Africa. It's going to allow EMTs and paramedics to connect hospitals, to start treatment faster, and to provide with the guidance they need, the speed and capacity. For cars, this is going to be a huge deal. It's more reliable. And essentially, think about this. It's going to provide a more complete experience, but driverless cars are the big thing with this. And with this additional speed and capacity, it will be able to get more information about traffic hazards faster. So if you're driving one of these you're not driving, you're sitting in a self-driving car, it is going to be able to respond to an obstacle or a situation much, much faster than 4G, thus making it more profitable. When we keep going, it's going to be used in sports. We've already seen some of that. South Korea at the Winter Olympics. It's a host of cameras and sensors throughout the venue. So you can literally run with the sports person. They experimented in the 2019 All-Star Game. You can get statistics on your phone. So there's a lot of use for it. This will disrupt process for, say, surveillance. Surveillance cameras on city streets are going to be able to automatically identify criminals with facial recognition. That's a little bit scary. They can track individual behavior, personalized coupons, and stores can be set up anywhere without cashiers, like the Amazon Go method, just grab and go. So that is a big piece of that. And let's just take a brief look at this Amazon Go.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically. So, how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. No, seriously.
So it's no secret that Amazon wants to automate as much of the work at its warehouses as possible. The company even recently admitted that a fully automated warehouse is one of its goals, though it says that's at least 10 years off. While picker robots aren't smart or delicate enough to replace people yet, it sounds like the jobs of those who actually box up your orders might not be as safe. Amazon recently installed carton wrap machines near Seattle, Frankfurt, Milan, Amsterdam, and Manchester. These bots are able to build, seal, and label between 600 and 700 boxes per hour. That's about 5 times faster than a person. So it's no surprise that Amazon is considering putting these machines in dozens of fulfillment centers across the country. They would allow it to ship packages much faster, plus robots can't complain about dangerous working conditions, terrible pay, or the grueling hours they're subject to. Yet. Of course, there's a pretty big downside here: jobs. According to Reuters, if Amazon puts 2 of these machines in each of its 55 fulfillment centers in the US, that could lead to about 1,300 job cuts. That doesn't mean Amazon would immediately lay off over 1,000 people, but it could simply decide not to fill those positions as people leave them. And those jobs tend to turn over pretty quickly, what with the previously mentioned horrendous working conditions and all. It will probably still be a while before Amazon can replace all or even most of its warehouse workers with machines, though. Its own picker bots are extremely limited, as is Walmart's AlphaBot, and even Elon Musk had to admit that he may have been a bit too bullish on the robot factory worker thing, leading to delays for the Tesla 3. That being said, don't get too complacent. We'll see you tomorrow with more Engadget Today. So long as Verizon doesn't replace us with robot writers.